for a rapidly industrializing city and metropolitan area, the lands and waters of this great place, Greater Boston, have served as a site of exchange among communities, including the Massachusetts, the Pawtucket, the Wampanoag, and the Nipmuc peoples. We acknowledge that the land on which this college stands and the Greater Boston region as a whole is part of their unceded ancestral territories. This is acknowledgement that this is a starting point for the relations with indigenous neighbors and their understandings of land stewardship, and it is insufficient salve for the injustices that have been perpetrated here. With that acknowledgement, it is my pleasure to declare the 118th commencement of the college now in order. Dr. Aisha Francis, President and CEO of Benjamin Franklin Cummings Institute of Technology, will preside over today's ceremony. Before I ask us to move to the national anthem, I'd like to have the graduates do me a favor, and I hope this will become a tradition for years to come. Graduates, please turn around and face your families. Graduates, you've done a remarkable job here, but you have not gotten here by yourselves. Everyone that you are now facing has been a part of your support team, has made sure that you succeeded. So I want to ask you to give them an ovation and a thanks. On behalf of the college families, we love you as well. So graduates, face the stage, and I would like everyone to remain standing for the invocation given by the Reverend John M. Edgerton, Senior Minister of Old South Church in Boston and the Church of Benjamin Franklin's Youth.
Friends, my name is Reverend John Edgerton. I'm the Senior Minister of Old South Church in Boston, and in his last will and testament, Benjamin Franklin created this institution seeing into the future of this nation and seeing who would be needed. This nation that is not made of any one place of birth, any one race, any one language, but people who can make this country better. People of the trades, people who, like Benjamin Franklin, were tradespeople, people who know how to make a difference in their neighbors' lives. An auto mechanic who cannot fix a car is no mechanic at all. An American who cannot make this country better is no American at all. And you, because of the skills that you have learned, the talents that you possess going into this country, you will make this place better. Benjamin Franklin, in his vision, saw through to who this country needs, and it is you. This country needed you, and we are grateful to be here, and I thank God for each of you. I thank God for each of you, and would you join me in a moment? Join me in a moment of feeling your breath, feeling this good place beneath you, as we are grateful for this time. Together, we lift one another up. Amen.
We will now bring up the Angelina Hightower to give the national anthem.
Good morning. Congratulations, graduates. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars Oh, the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much for that beautiful rendition. Welcome. Please be seated. Bon dia, bonjour, buenos dias. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 118th Commencement Celebration for Benjamin Franklin Cummings Institute of Technology, otherwise known as Franklin Cummings Tech. I am Aisha Francis. I have the pleasure of being the president and CEO of this institution. And to our entire community, I welcome all of you here celebrating with us. How beautiful this crowd is on this gorgeous day. It actually warmed up for us today. It feels like May in Massachusetts, and we're happy to be here celebrating all of your entrance into the trades. We had just under 300 graduates who are eligible to be here today, and each of you are making everyone, your family, your friends, those who are online, who are watching, those who are here with us at the Reggie Lewis Center, extremely proud of your accomplishments and all that you are poised to do. As you heard from Minister John, this institution was made possible by an investment several hundred years ago, centuries ago, by Benjamin Franklin, an inventor who was a serial entrepreneur, and I think would have been amazed at the fact that we have kept that legacy alive, that you are makers, machinists, mavens, entrepreneurs yourselves, that we have continued in the tradition and continue to think about how to bring forward his legacy in ways that he could not have imagined. While this was the inventor of the bifocal, he couldn't have imagined that there would be ways to bring forward his traditions by thinking about education and doing that long distance. And here you are investing in yourselves, earning certificates, degrees, bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees in ways that are going to pour prosperity into your families, into your communities. You're ready for what awaits you. We can't wait to the moment that you get to graduate. You are building a better future for us, and we are so excited that before you get to do that, the person who you're going to hear from first is one of your own. Here to offer your first remarks is a student who is a fellow graduate, earning an associate degree of science in cybersecurity. I welcome Ashanti De Jesus to the stage to greet you as your student speaker.
Thank you.
Is this good?
Yeah, that's good. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. So I would like to say, first of all, congratulations. You guys finally made it through the finish line, so can we get a round of applause for that? So if you didn't know, I am the face of the registrar's inbox. So, like I saw most of you guys' emails. I took care of that. You guys are here, you're graduating. So, but I would like to say that I am a cybersecurity student. I have done numerous internships. I was able to go to DC, present some research that I've done with those internships. But I'm standing here because while I was a student experiencing everything you've experienced, I wondered if I would even make it to this day. It was faith, support, and stubbornness that kept me pushing forward. When I walked onto this campus as a transfer student, I carried something I didn't fully understand, the weight of my parents' sacrifice. My parents are immigrants. They didn't come here with degrees or wealth. They came with determination and the belief that their child could have a better life. I watched them work double shifts, come home exhausted, and still ask how my day went. They never complained, they just worked. That became my gasoline. The nights they came home late, I stayed up even later. I understood early because of their support, I would be the generation that sets us up for success. That's not entitlement, that's responsibility. As a first-generation transfer student, I was navigating a system nobody in my family had ever touched. I felt alone. The what-ifs kept repeating. What if I don't make it? What if I waste what my parents gave me? What if I'm not enough? Eventually, I got tired of listening to those what-ifs, so I asked myself a different question. Am I hungry enough? If you want your goals, you can't just be hungry, you have to be starving, and I was. Despite early mornings, despite 2 or 3 jobs, despite the odds, I walked a long, dark path where I couldn't see the light, but I could see one foot go in front of the other. Martin Luther King Jr. said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. That became my mantra. These 2 years nearly broke me. I came here already diagnosed with anxiety. I was fighting a battle most people couldn't see. Then this semester hit, multiple jobs, coursework, family obligations, and the weight of generational responsibility. There were nights, too many nights, where I didn't know if I could keep going. I'm talking about 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling, wondering if you're capable of finishing. Panic attacks between classes, handshakings before presentations, imposter syndrome showing up in your email, in your group projects, in your own voice. For a long time, I believed those thoughts were the truth. I thought anxiety was me. But then I asked a different question. How badly do I want this dream? And am I willing to feel this fear and do it anyway? The answer is yes. David Goggins says, discipline equals freedom, and that's the truth. Every time I pushed through when I wanted to quit, that wasn't suffering, that was freedom. That was me choosing who I wanted to become instead of letting fear choose for me. Anxiety is smart. It feeds on attention. It's like a hopeless goblin. The more you stare at it, the bigger it gets. The less attention you give it, the smaller it becomes. I didn't silence anxiety, I simply just acknowledged it and kept moving anyway, because my purpose meant more. And here's what I learned. You are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are suggestions. Some are useful, some are goblins trying to stop you. Learn the difference. This school has been a blessing. I used to feel embarrassed that my friends went to well-known colleges. That mindset disappeared the moment I stepped on campus. The smiles, the support, the way people see you here. Security greeted me with kindness. Admission made the process easy. Financial aid made those 2 words sound less scary. Counselors were always available. And Fatima, Meredith, and Greg, thank you for never letting me feel alone while finding jobs, building my resume, and learning how to present myself professionally. This school didn't see me as a number. It saw me as a woman of color who needed to thrive. And because of that, I took full advantage of everything that was given to me. Now I can help others with interviews, resumes, networking, and etc. When I help my future children navigate financial aid, I won't be starting from zero. That's a generational shift. That's what education does. It breaks cycles. My parents provided the foundation, the Institute provided the bridge, and now I can carry both forward. To my cybersecurity cohort, we may be small, but we are the generation that protects lives, literally. Debugging at 3 a.m., troubleshooting nonsense, midnight calls to help each other, that's not a major, that's a family. Every system we could secure, every threat we prevent, That's someone's identity, data, and future we're protecting. And to every graduate in every major, your work matters just as much. You're building the infrastructure society depends on. You're solving real problems. You're shaping the world in ways you may not realize it yet. You are here for a reason, not by accident and not by luck. Before I close, I need to say this clearly. This story is not just about me overcoming anxiety. It's not about standing here to brag about it. It's about learning something that took me years to understand. My thoughts, let me redo that. That's about learning something that took me years to understand, my thoughts. It's about finally mastering the difference between fear and truth. It's about sharing that with you so that one day, when you're in the same position, you can look back on this moment and say, if she made it out, I can too. I am proud of my fellow immigrant graduates. I am proud of the parents who came to the school wanting better for themselves and their children. I'm proud of every single person here who chose to break curses, break patterns, and break limits. We all chose an amazing school, one that cares about our backgrounds, our stories, and our futures. So puff up those chests because you made it. To my parents, thank you for showing me what it means to work for something you believe in, even when it's hard. I carry that with me every day. To the staff, thank you for seeing us as people with dreams, struggles, and futures, not just as students. And to this graduating class, you made it against all odds, against fear, against every goblin that tried to convince you otherwise. You did it anyway. Now go do something that matters. Carry forward the sacrifice. Build something that changes lives. And when you're sitting at 3 a.m. wondering if you can keep going, remember you already have. Just do it one more time. On a final note, please make sure you have a strong password. Your future employer would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ashanti. That was amazing. And for appreciation, we wanted to make sure that you received the Student Speaker Award, if you want to come up and grab that. Okay, sac passe. Okay, great. We got some. Que lo que? Okay. President Francis, Board of Trustees, graduates, faculty, staff, family members, and friends. It is my pleasure to recognize members of the graduating class who have distinguished themselves in scholarship, leadership, and involvement in the college and student life. This past Wednesday, students from the class of 26 were recognized for a variety of academic achievements. Those students are noted in the graduation program. Will those students please stand and be recognized in this ceremony? Thank you. Please be seated. Today, we confer our top student awards. At this time, we will recognize the recipients of the Carnegie Award and the valedictorian. Will the honorees please come to the stage and receive their award once your name is called? The Carnegie Award. Andrew Carnegie is described as one of the most important philanthropists of his era, and he is certainly one of the most important donors of the 20th century in the history of Benjamin Franklin Cummings Institute of Technology. In 1906, Andrew Carnegie became a generous benefactor to the college by matching the funds of the Franklin Foundation in order to build our first campus at 41 Berkeley Street in the South End. This award is given to a student who has demonstrated high level of leadership, scholarship, and unselfish dedication to the college community. When thinking of leadership, scholarship, and dedication to the college, this year's recipient truly embodies the spirit of this award across all areas. Academically, she has demonstrated outstanding commitment to her studies in cybersecurity, earning multiple CompTIA certifications and consistently pushing herself to deepen her technical knowledge. This student has shown remarkable leadership and mentoring fellow students, helping to strengthen learning within her program. She has worked as a teaching assistant and a tutor for the cybersecurity program. She is also a member of our Franklin Leaders Program and facilitated a workshop at our Cybersecurity Discovery Day. She has represented the college with professionalism and confidence, whether it was working as an intern at the Liberty Mutual, serving as a panelist speaker where she shared her journey and inspired others pursuing careers in technology, or presenting at a poster at the National Science Foundation where she won a student award for excellence. What stood out most to the faculty and staff that worked with the student was her willingness to uplift others while continuing to excel personally. Her initiative, collaboration, and positive impact have had a meaningful contribution to our campus community. Graduating with an associate's degree in computer information technology with a concentration in cybersecurity, we are proud to thank Soraya Cobb for all of her contributions to the community. Now for our valedictorian. As you know, our great college owes its existence to the foresight of the cash investment of Benjamin Franklin, one of our nation's founding leaders. Franklin was an entrepreneur, author, printer, postmaster, scientist, inventor, civic leader, statesman, and diplomat. The Franklin Award, our valedictorian, is presented to our valedictorian, the student enrolled in either an associate or bachelor's degree program who has exhibited deep civic values and demonstrated a high level of scholastic achievement by earning the highest overall grade point average at the college. The student earning the Franklin Award this year will be receiving their degree today with honors distinction summa cum laude, having earned an impressive 3.9 grade point average. He is strong academically and is in his chosen field. Professors note that he is highly motivated and actively works to motivate other students as well. Professors remarked on his great personality and willingness to help students who are struggling with assignments. He goes above and beyond in advocating for himself and other students in the classroom and outside of it. Time and time again, he has shown determination to succeed and a desire to help others succeed alongside him. The mastery he has shown in his major in engineering technology with a concentration in building energy management will serve him well in the industry. Will Scott Jules please come to the stage and receive your Franklin Award? As Dean of Academic and Student Affairs, I would like to again congratulate the Carnegie and Franklin and Academic Award recipients. I would also like to acknowledge our alumnus, Jonathan Mola, who graduated from construction management and is currently working at AMN Constructions. Our community of alumni is vast and deeply important to us because of the examples they provide to our graduates and the high reputation they help us earn in the workplace. Today, we are honoring a 1985 graduate whose career accomplishment exemplifies an enduring value of the Franklin Cummings Tech education. This award honors distinguished alumni whose career reflects sustained success, growth, meaningful impact, and the power of technical and trade education. Let me share a bit about his impactful career. Jim Hannaran earned his associate's degree in computer engineering technology in 1985, launching a career defined by more than 3 decades of leadership in information technology and enterprise systems. Throughout his career, he has held senior-level roles across healthcare, clean energy, and manufacturing organizations. His work has included leading global IT operations, advancing infrastructure modernization, cybersecurity initiatives, and guiding complex system integrations. In his current role as Director of IT at one of the state's quasi-governmental agencies, the Massachusetts Clean Energy Center, Jim continues to support the next generation of tech talent, recognized for building and mentoring high-performing teams, and exemplifies the impact Franklin Cummings Tech graduates have in advancing critical industries through technical enterprises, critical know-how, and thoughtful leadership. Jim's journey reflects our mission to deliver transformative technical and trade education that leads to economic advancements. Please join me in congratulating Jim Hannaran, recipient of this year's Franklin Cummings Tech Alumni Achievement Award.
Thank you, Dean Loiseau. So if you haven't noticed, we've grown quite a bit. And if you haven't been to our new campus, which is just a 10, 12-minute walk in this direction, we've also changed locations. And that work is work that was fueled by community. And it took a lot of hands. You all have heard that saying, many hands make light work. We've grown in size. The campus now has about 1,200 students. 5 years ago, we had 500 students. And there's lots of other ways that we've grown in impact. And because of that, this year we are introducing what we're calling the Amplify Award. And so I wanted to really give that some context. It's really delivered to community partners and organizations. And this year, we are honoring 2 organizations that helped it be possible for us to move to Roxbury and for us to build a $75 million campus. And so for the graduates, I want you all to cheer if you are enjoying the new campus. So we're recognizing the Boston Foundation and Children's Hospital because they are 2 organizations who invested in a non-traditional way to help us build our new campus for the next 100 years. We were in our old campus for more than 100 years, and we plan to be in this neighborhood for more than 100 years as well. They provided catalytic creative funding, something called a PRI, that's program-related investment. That was an investment that does need to be paid back, but at a much lower interest rate, something that we could afford so that we could then afford more funds that go to our daily operations and scholarships and the things that matter for our mission. Their advocacy on behalf of you and our mission helps to expand our ability to keep doing our work day to day. And in recognition of this extraordinary commitment, we are honored to name Boston Children's Hospital and the Boston Foundation as the inaugural recipients of our newly established Amplify Award. They are represented here today on behalf of the Children's Foundation by Dr. Sherry Nethersall, and the Boston Foundation by Orlando Watkins. I invite them up to join me. And now I have the pleasure of introducing our honorary degree recipient, our Senator Ed Markey. Senator Markey is a wonderful champion of education, and he's a wonderful champion of this institution. He is no stranger to this institution. It is not his first time being here on our behalf. I want to thank him personally for that, and you all, our graduates of 2026, should know that he chose to be here. As you might imagine, oh, she's so sweet. Our senator has many invitations, and he chose to choose you and to choose to speak to you. This is his first commencement address of the season, and so we are grateful for that. He has helped us to receive funding for clean energy investments in our building energy management program, in HVAC, in our solar programs, and those are things that he cares about. He has advocated on your behalf for years and on our behalf for years, and many of you are his constituents. And so I think that he has a wonderful message to share as the junior senator of the United States from Massachusetts, serving since 2013 after more than 3 decades in the House of Representatives. Champion for clean energy, consumer protection, and telecommunications. He's long been a leading voice in climate action. He co-authored the Green New Deal and has long worked on behalf of working families. We're very pleased to confer on Senator Markey the degree of Business Administration Honoris Causa. Chair Dorsey, Dean Loazo, and Senator Markey, will you please join me on the podium? We are going to confer this degree, and then thereafter, Senator Markey will offer his remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Is it a beautiful day to be in Roxbury? Isn't this great? Graduation. There's no better place on the whole planet than to be here today with all of you, all of your families. This is just a day of celebration and just absolutely incredible to be here with you. Thank you, Dr. Francis, for that wonderful introduction. My father would have been proud to hear it. My mother would have actually believed it. So I thank you for those wonderful words. Chairman Dorsey, Dr. Loazo, Reverend Edgerton, the Board of Trustees, faculty, administrators of Franklin Cummings Tech, you have built a brand new campus of educational excellence for the students and graduates who will build our future. So we thank you for your dedication, and another round of applause for Angelina Hightower. And was that the most beautiful national anthem you have ever heard? That was incredible. And I think she's just like Beyonce, a one-name person, but Ashanti, that was incredible. Great great address which you gave to people, and Jim Hanrahan, and all of you who are here today. When I was a boy growing up in Malden, trying to play basketball 4 hours a day, my mother used to say to me, "Eddie, we're going to donate your brain to Harvard Medical School as a completely unused human organ. You just have to learn how to work smarter and not harder." And so I am very grateful that such a brilliant computer information technology major will be fueling the future of our Commonwealth, along with all of the other kind of brilliant technology skills which all of you have been able to garner while you are here. And congratulations to all of the great winners who are here today. I am so proud to be here and to have the chance to share this momentous occasion with you. So today, we recognize those who helped you reach this point: your parents, your family, your friends, the faculty, and of course, ChatGPT. We have to thank ChatGPT as well. Very central to this generation's educational development. And to the parents and spouses and siblings who are here this morning, you should be incredibly proud of how far these graduates have come, proud to be here to see your loved ones finally spread their wings, and proud that you can operate the cameras on your phones without their help. You're alone today trying to figure out how to do that. But if we're being honest here, Franklin Cummings Tech has picked a graduation speaker who lived with his parents through college and through law school. I lived at home all through college and law school in Malden because my father drove a truck for the Hood Milk Company. And so that was impossible for me and my brothers to do anything other than live at home. And somehow or other, you can still learn when you're a commuter. You can still strive, you can still dream, you can still try to make sure that you're maximizing all of your God-given abilities. So if you do end up living at home and your parents ask you when you're leaving, just remind them that if they let you stay a few more months, one day you too might become a United States Senator. There's nothing wrong with staying at home. And last year, when I became the top Democrat on the Senate Small Business Committee, when I was deciding where I should hold my first congressional hearing in Massachusetts, I talked with my team about where we could best showcase our state's commitment to education, our diversity of ideas, and to our people, our promise and our potential, and it was a clear choice. I decided on Franklin Cummings Tech, and I invited Dr. Francis to testify. And just a few years ago, I worked with Senator Elizabeth Warren to bring $800,000 to help to establish a new interdisciplinary center for energy efficiency training here at Cummings. Congress had just passed a piece of legislation, the largest investment in American history in climate and clean energy solutions, and Cummings was positioned to make itself the second green monster here in Boston after Fenway Park, focused on teaching the green tech and energy efficiency skills that will save our planet. And that's the skill that so many of you are receiving here today in the form of a degree. I hosted that Senate hearing at the new Cummings campus with great pride. And I promise to continue supporting the school and the students who are shining examples for the Commonwealth and for the country. So, ladies and gentlemen, before you, you see someone who was the first person in his class to graduate from college, even if it didn't get me out of the house. And I know that story rings familiar for many of you. 46% of today's graduates are the first in your family to go to college. 74% of the Institute's students identify as people of color. My father grew up in Lawrence, in the shadow of the mills. He went through the vocational program at Lawrence High School. He drove a truck for the Hood Milk Company. And yes, believe it or not, milk used to get delivered to people's doors. And you can Google it. It did happen at one point in our history. But his real passion in life was on display in the basement of our home in Malden. That's where my brothers and I could see that our father was a technological genius. He could fix any electronic equipment or build new ones from random materials he could collect. And in the evenings, he would transform our basement into a scientist lab. And I'm convinced that if Franklin Cummings Tech were available to my father, he would have taken that passion for technology and elevated it into a lifetime labor of love that could have also served as his full-time job. My mother was president of her senior class in high school, but my grandmother, her mother, she died when my mother was 17. So she had to abandon her dreams of going to college. It was an immigrant family in Malden. So she had to take care of her younger sisters. That's why it's so important that when we talk about immigration, we talk about protecting immigrants in this country, not persecuting immigrants. We need to provide the millions of our immigrant neighbors and co-workers and friends and family a path to citizenship and their chance at creating their American dream. It is that dream which is at the heart of a Cummings diploma that we are celebrating here today. So, like me, you all worked your way through school. I had to work my entire college career. Like me, you have commuted to school, so you could help at home. Yes, I was a commuter. And even when I lived at home, I still had to get my homework done, even though I had a job on the side. That's your story. But there's still no limitations on you. There's still nothing that's going to block you from realizing your dreams. It's hard work. It's commitment. It's persistence. And you perhaps have first served your country, or you may have already had a family of your own. So some of you may have returned to school. English may be your second language. And some of you may even be readying for even more educational endeavors. Of the 8 billion people on the planet, a lot of them, billions of them, would trade places with you right now. And not just because the Wi-Fi is free and fast in this auditorium. They would trade places with you because you are in the 1/2 of 1% of the most blessed people who have ever lived in the history of this planet. Now that you have a Cummings seal of approval, that's your passport to work in Boston or Massachusetts or any other state in our country or any other place in the world. You take that skill set with you for the rest of your life. And that is something that has been punched. So now you can lift your gaze to the constellation of possibilities for yourselves, for your families, for your state, for your country, to maximize your God-given abilities. That is who you are now. And every generation gains more knowledge than the previous one. Your generation certainly knows a lot more than my generation did. Just think what we recently discovered. Never before seen views and pictures of the far side of the moon from the Artemis II spaceflight. Newly created night vision contact lenses that will be a Love is Blind season in Boston. And if knowledge is power, and with power comes responsibility, then your generation has the responsibility that no preceding generation has had either. Now the question is, what are you going to do with that responsibility? Martin Luther King Jr. said that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. But the truth is, in almost every case of injustice, there were many people jumping on that arc and bending that arc. And it did not happen by accident. You have to bend the arc so that it applies to everyone. And you are now in a position where the arc has been bent so that you can get this degree, and you must now work to continue to make sure that everyone else behind you gets those same opportunities, that no one is discriminated against, that the opportunities are there, that the Bay State that is Massachusetts is the brain state. That is you. That is where your highly skilled education is now going to play a crucial role in our future. So I'm going to suggest a few ways you can live up to your responsibilities as residents of this country, of this world. Those are ideas that could bend the arc of injustice, how you can do good and do well at the same time. One, make it easier for the next generation to have the same feeling of accomplishment and possibility that you have today. Right now, you all have one thing in common. 93% of the students get some financial aid for tuition and books and more, and that means we have to work harder as a country to reduce the level of student debt that students have as they leave the institution that they have just been at. And we have to do a better job as our country in order to do that. These big dreams cannot be thwarted by the amount of debt which kids are forced to assume. That is absolutely has to be a top priority. Student aid must be increased. It must be expanded. That is the only way in which we're going to make it possible for everyone to be able to make it in the future. When you have the opportunity, you have to give back. So just let them know for the next generation where they can look for financial aid that they didn't know was available. Let them know about the internships that has openings. Let them know about the $3 tacos on Tuesdays, the $10 flatbreads on Thursdays, the $5 appetizer plates on Fridays. Help people make it through so that they too will have an ability to get an education. And as the saying goes, leave the door open and the ladder down for everyone behind you. Because not only do some of you now have the skills to actually design and build those doors and ladders, but when you do, it will mean more people sitting where you are now feeling that fulfillment. Number two, be the clean, green generation that saves the planet. So many of you have this great skill set. That is why in 2019, with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she and I introduced the Green New Deal so that we would have a new generation of highly skilled young people who would have not just a job, but a career. And it's HVAC, it's clean energy technologies, it's understanding cyber technologies, it's business skills, it's everything that all of you now have as a skill set. And that is going to be central to making sure that we lead as Massachusetts, as America, that we move into the future. So this is essential that you continue to be that kind of a change agent. And number three, work to unrig the system. In our land of plenty, too many go without. In America today, the richest 1% make over 100 times more as the people who are in the bottom 20%. And our government is supposed to be about checks and balances, yet today our democracy is more about who is writing the checks than checks and balances. And the top 25 hedge fund managers in America make more than twice as much as every single kindergarten teacher in the United States combined. Who did more for our country last year? All the kindergarten teachers or a small handful of hedge fund managers? We know where the priorities in our country have to be if we are going to make our country great, and that is further investment in the education of everyone. Over the Boston Public Library, it says the best defense of our nation is the education of its people. That is what we have to focus upon so that we ensure that everyone gets an opportunity And we also have to make sure that women don't continue to make only 78% as much as a man to do the same job. Women have to be given the same exact pay in the future. And just by closing that wage gap would, in fact, close most of the difference that exists in terms of people's ability to make it in our society. So I look forward to seeing even more and more young women in the future graduating from Franklin Cummings Tech and out in the jobs and the careers of today. People often say, follow your dreams, but what they don't tell you is that's not how life really works. If you do it right, your dreams follow you. What you will find is that as life takes twists and turns, you make choices to take different pathways. You may lose sight of your dreams for moments, for months, and for sometimes longer, because those dreams are harder to see in dark times, when rights are being denied, when protections are being withheld, when justice is being denied to you or to our society. But Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he also said, I know somehow that only when it is dark can you see the stars. You are those stars. And we are all here today because even if it's dark, you are the bright, shining lights of the future of our nation, and we can all see you today. So I just ask you to be guided by your passions. You put in the work, you'll get the rewards. You will be able to realize your dreams. So when all of this was unfolding, this digital revolution, and I was authoring laws, only birds tweeted, only TikTok was the sound that a clock made. But now we're in a new era where your skill sets are far superior to your parents, to your grandparents. They only wish that they could do what you are about to do. And so from my perspective, if you're persistent, if you're insistent, if you're consistent in everything that you do, that you will absolutely be able to be great at whatever it is that you are hoping and dreaming to be. So remember, it is you ultimately who are going to bend the arc of justice, and each generation has its own unique challenges. You have yours to end disparities, to protect the planet, to use education, entrepreneurship, healthcare, innovation to heal our world, to build a better future. You have made this big investment. You've punched yourself a ticket to a world of opportunities because you are a Franklin Cummings graduate. As of today, your community congratulates you, I congratulate you, your family is so proud of you. Now, let's go to work and change our country. Congratulations, Franklin Cummings graduates today. Thank you.
It took a lot of focus and attention for you to get here. You've been supported by your family, by loved ones, by teachers, by spouses, by your children. I just want you to consider how proud you should be of yourself for taking the road less traveled. My charge to you is to move forward with confidence, with pride, with respect, and with humility, and to please stay connected to us. I now call up our Dean of Academic Affairs and Student Affairs, Dr. Marvin Loiseau, for the presentation of diplomas.
Okay, Madam President, on behalf of the faculty, On behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to call the presentation of the bachelor's, associate, and certificates to the worthy and approved candidates. Would the marshals please direct the students to the right-hand side of the stage of the platform to receive their degrees?
Bachelor of Science degree, Electrical Engineering, Nicholas Gatti. Health and Information Technology, Zainab Tiffany Hosseini. Cum laude. Associate of Science degree, Automotive Technology, Saul Ariel Alessia. Fabio Bala. Mariana Komen Larmi. Reynald C. Desir. You'll help me if I'm rushing? You'll tell me to slow down? Yay, Robert. Congratulations. Robert Garcia. Andy Omar Herrera Colado. Mo. Ismail Mohammed. Jonathan Armani Ortiz. Daniel Jose Ramos. Nicholas, who threw his card away, Rabaza Para. Danny Santos. Justin Lee Tran, magna cum laude. Gadi Uda. Lorenzo Velasquez. Michael Harrison Walter. Shelby Wheaton, magna cum laude. Biotechnology. Irina Kozaritska. Yasin Ulmalk. Yes. Did he miss? Patrick Peter. Cum laude. Maria Camila Ruiz Marquez. Bonita Luan Saint Cyr. All right, Computer Information Technology. Nerwis Ebar. Karel Antonio Brown. Soraya Cave. Magna cum laude. Rainier. Congrats. Rainier Corrales. Maria Victoria Davila. Magna cum laude. Derek Gomes. Ashante de Jesus, magna cum laude. Congrats, Jaden. Yeah, good, congrats. Jaden Martino. Yeah, good to see you. David Carmel Paul, cum laude. Purple pants. Love it. Congrats. Eddie Stewart. Now time for construction management. Adam Ahmad Al-Najjar. Markin Bautista. Mario de Leon Robles. Terrell Estridge. Jack Fitzgerald. Armando Gonzalez Colon. Merhawi Weldebrook Hadgu. Gavin Patrick Hanbury. Congrats, Lionel. Good job, Justin. Lionel Justin Giselle. Omar Landaverde Morales. Anaudis Matos. Andrew Nieto. Antonio Jesus Santiago. Engineering Technology. Dylan Tony Africo. Al Hassan Sani Bakar, Jr. Noah Brown, cum laude. Dewan Carter. Edenilson Chacon Abrego. Sam Chung, cum laude. Rondi Dalis, magna cum laude. Jude Decadi. Chris Arazo. Congrats. Michael Ferranto, summa cum laude. Alex Harris. That's it. Said Jonez. Two-time winner. Congratulations. Scott Jules, summa cum laude. Noel Alexis Martinez. Lucas Miranda. Dimitris Mirogiannis. Isaiah Richard Morissette. Congratulations. Congrats, Kenny. Kenny Wynn, magna cum laude. Michael Alvedo. Congrats, Joshua Reyes Medina. Davy M. Shango. Aiden Slobodian. Okay. Kalaab Ta Wul Demeldin. Health Information Technology, Carlos Rodriguez. Opticianry, Annie McMurray Ingalls Gilfillan. Charisma Lay, magna cum laude. Rhiannon Raymond, magna cum laude. Congrats. Proud of you. Remember our first day of meeting. Edwin Samadi. Sabrina Vogt. All right, certificates of proficiency, HVAC technology. Randy Jesus, Zapata. Oh, I'm sorry, we still have one more in opticianry. Randy Jesus Zapata. All right, Ab Feliciano. Freddie Andrade, magna cum laude. Gavi Asurdia, cum laude. Congratulations. Nerone Bailey, cum laude. Florida bound. Congrats. Giovanni Bautista Williams. Robert Bernard, cum laude. Ozzy Garcia. Devontae Wilkins. Caden Brown. Caleb DePina. Michael Carlos. Braden Charles. Christian Casado, cum laude. Sterling Castillo. Delien Celeste. Kyle Cooper. John Courier. Alex de Almeida, Jr. Jaden DePina. Gregory Desambre. Welcome back, Colin Duru. Anthony De Leon. France Derizier. Congratulations. Kerwin de Rosier, summa cum laude. Anthony Jesus Diaz de la Rosa. Earl Fevrier. Luis Mani Ismael Francisco, cum laude. Jeremy Guerrero. Congratulations. Jordan Guerrero. Ivan Garcia. John Carlos Jimenez, summa cum laude. Renis Hoxa, cum laude. Congratulations. Daniel Jimenez Jr. One more year. Joshua Jocelyn, cum laude. Congrats. Messiah Johnson Osius. Saeed Kasi, magna cum laude. Peter Mohono. Alex Lara. Congratulations. Jamoy Lawrence. Michael J. Lewis. Nathaniel Lopez. Lorenzo Suriel. Brandon Maldonado. Kiet Lu. Congratulations. Good to see you. Lucas Merchan Siri, cum laude. Rigo Martinez. Eric May, summa cum laude. Roger Wilson Mejia. Melvin Hocko, summa cum laude. Christopher Perez. Dylan Petruccelli. Magna cum laude. Eric Pimentel, magna cum laude. Congrats. Jorge Pinales. Nicholas Quattriello, summa cum laude. Congrats, Ramon. Ramon Hidalgo. Giomel Rodriguez. Jomiel Romero. Rollers Sanchez, magna cum laude. Isabella Freitas Silva. Janoy Smith. Christopher Williams. Liam Wilson, magna summa cum laude. Hue Williams. Adnan Zaki. We're now into practical electricity. Usama Balaji. Ricardo Anthony Cargill. Wait, Zayden, come back. Oh, there you are. Zayden Carvalho Pereira. Christian Colon. Andres Cruz Villanueva. Cameron Brian Courier. Humberto David. Leons Decimis, summa cum laude. Gabriel Echavarria. Abbas Hassabo. Christina Hinson. She gonna do that for you? Damiana Jackson. Eudis Medina. Obioma Nwankwo. Paulo Rosa Semedo. Jordan Sands. Gabriel Jose Soto. Justin Soto. Drago Benjamin Tejeda. Yashel Angel Soto.
Graduates, please rise and remain standing. By virtue of the authority granted by the Board of Trustees who are behind me here on the platform, this is the Board of Franklin Cummings Tech, and also by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and our accreditor, the New England Commission of Higher Education, vested unto me as President and CEO. I have the honor of conferring unto you the degrees and certificates that you have earned and all of the rights pertaining unto you. Accordingly, please move your tassels from the right side of your mortarboard to the left. Signifying you have graduated. Congratulations to the class of graduates of 2026. I invite Reverend Egerton to come up and give our benediction. Congrats.
Since you all have been such a blessing to us, we want to be a blessing to you. I would invite everyone who is here, friends and family, our faculty, our distinguished guests, to please raise a hand in a posture of blessing over these graduates. And may God be with you. Go now with joy for all that you have achieved. Go now in courage, knowing that you have overcome much and will overcome much, and go now in hope for the bright day of joy dawning today. And I offer you this blessing in the name of God. Amen.
All right, all right. All right, let's keep going. Okay, this concludes our 118th commencement ceremony. Friends and families, please remain seated until the platform party, faculty, and graduates leave the facility. Graduates receiving their diplomas today will retrieve it from the gymnasium. Family members and guests, you may meet your graduates to take photos and enjoy refreshments outside in the foyer. Parabéns, felicitación, felicidades. Let's go.
you.